Welcome YouTube, it's your boy Cool Kid Croc back in another video, and today we're going to be going over some essential Kenshi mods. Now these are mods I've been using in my playthrough since around the second or third playthrough I started using mods, and these mods don't really hinder the overall experience of the game. Like, they don't change anything about the game too much that shouldn't already be in the game or be a mechanic somehow. Also, all these mods are on the Steam Workplace. I'm not sure about other mod sites. I know if you just use Steam though, you can just subscribe to the mods and they'll automatically download and be added to your mod list. Now let's start this out with the 256 recruitment limit. This mod basically increases the cap of characters that you can recruit from 30 to 256. Basically, when you have a big enough base and you're self-efficient, you're going to need a lot of characters just to be mining or building or, doing tasks that just need to be repetitively done over and over again. So having this extra limit does let you have a lot more potential in what you can do with your party. You can have a lot more engineers, you can have a lot more Sheks and humans if you want until you find other races. Definitely a must-have for almost any game, and I don't see why you'd want to limit yourself to 30 anyways. The next mod is Dark UI. This mod basically just turns the UI of the game into dark mode, which looks, I'd say, like 20 times better. But yeah, Dark UI, a great mod to have. The next mod I have is called Reactive World. Basically, this mod adds a few things to the overall world that just makes it feel a little bit more real. Also, in every way station, there's a character added to talk to where you can see who is still alive in the world, what the state of each faction is, etc. Just a few notable effects are the Dust Bandits having a civil war over leadership if a Dust King is taken down. The Western Hive going crazy if her queen is kidnapped. They will be pushed forward by the sole drive of rescuing her, and will not have any mercy if anyone should stand in their way. And there's a lot more that this mod adds to, and I think to the overall game, it makes it feel a lot more like an RPG world, which is sort of like what I want to feel when I'm playing Kenshi. Going on to the next mod in our list, some of these mods are a little bit less essential. They're not all definitely necessary, but I think these ones do help out a lot. Better crop fences just makes farming look so much nicer, because the fences in the base game usually get clipped through the ground or just look like crap. They don't appear at all. Better crop fences makes it so a lot of the fences actually have fences around them, not like somebody just stuck a piece of wood in the fucking dirt. The fifth mod is More Names. More Names basically just adds 700 new names to the game. So for all those random NPCs that you recruit at bars and, those type of drifters, they'll have a more diverse collection of names, seeing as you'll start to be running into characters with the same name as people in your party or people that you've seen before in no time. Now, the next three mods I'm going to kind of bundle together, and this is Tame Beasties, Recruitable Prisoners with Dialogue, and Crucifixion. So first, Recruitable Prisoners allows you to, at a certain point in the game, you can research imprisonment, and this will allow you to create metal cages. So when you pick up an enemy that you've beaten in battle or they're knocked out, you can put them in the cage, take their weapon off of them, and then try and talk to them. This will give you a whole dialogue choice, depending on the type of character. If you're an important character, like a character with a bounty, or if you're just a normal hungry bandit, or, dust bandit, depending on that, it'll be harder or easier to recruit them. And the mod isn't necessarily too OP. Like, you're not going to be recruiting, a bunch of, high level characters right off the bat. You got to at least get to that point through the research tree. And then right next to that is Tame Beasties, which basically allows you to do the same thing but with animals. So if you do get to, knock out a wild bone dog, you can pick it up, patch it up, and throw it in a cage, and have a chance to recruit an animal other than always having to look for animal traders or having to go town to town, bar to bar looking for basic units with no stats. And the crucifixion mod just adds in a basic game asset that it's already in the game, but you can't build it yourself. Now you're able to build crosses wherever you want now on your base, and yeah, you can put people on them, and it's a good spot to let your prisoners rot that you don't want to actually recruit anymore, you know, if you change your mind or if it just won't join your group. The next mod is Nice Map. So this map looks way better than the base game map. It adds in a lot more titles and it divides off of the biomes. It's a lot easier to see the roads, and just overall it's a lot better to look at. You are going to have to look at the map quite a bit in the game, so having a better way to look at it and a better representation of where you're going is definitely important. So the next one I have is longer mercenary contracts. This mod is incredibly useful for when you're just getting your base built. Instead of hiring mercenaries for 7 days at a time, you can now do it up to 30. So you still pay the same amount. It just means you don't have to make the annoying trip to go and recruit them every week. Now, the last couple mods I have in this list: storage amount doubled. This isn't really a necessary mod, but I think it is in my mind. What it basically does is just make the storage amount for storage containers doubled. Now, the reason why I think this is necessary, and it's not game breaking, is because all it does is reduce the number of fucking iron ore storages and bread baskets you have to have lying around your base. And with this mod on, I already have like 8 or 10 iron ore storage containers, so it just makes it so it's a lot easier. It's less room that gets used up. It's a lot easier to micromanage, you know, for trading, so you're getting a lot of positives all around. I don't see how you can complain with this mod. The last mod I'm going to throw in is functioning market stalls. I really like this mod because it adds in to the base game. There's market stalls like everywhere, but none of them are usable, or just about most of them aren't. But what this mod does is it adds in a lot of random NPCs to these market stalls, and they're not too broken either. They usually spawn in with around like 2,000 to 4,000 cats, and they don't have like that many wares. Like you know, they have some food and basic stuff, some random fabrics and shit like that. But it is good just to make the world feel more immersive and like stuff is actually going on. And this also allows you to build your own market stalls. So once you set up a base, you can put your market stall down, put a chest on it, and then put stuff in that chest, and people can go up to it and buy it if it's set to public. But that's going to end it off for this video. I just wanted to go over a few Kenshi mods that I thought were pretty essential for while you're playing. There's a lot more mods that I play with and that I've looked into that aren't necessary to have, but are definitely cool and can make the game experience a lot cooler. So if you guys like to see some more videos like that, let me know in the comment section below. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching the video. Peace.